Hello! This is Witcher Spirit's Garden with Dead or Alive by Tecmo, and this is on the Sega Saturn. This is the Sega Saturn dashboard with your cubes and your cubby holes. It looks a bit like a frog in space, and this is the Sega logo, and this is a no RAM notification memory. That's embarrassing. This is Tecmo's logo, and this is a duck. And this is some 90s FMV for you. Very silhouetty and arty, isn't it? Lovely stuff. Got a lady with very big shoes. Disco. This is less rock than Dead or Alive, more recent Dead or Alives. Yes, this is a very low quality FMV with a large explosion. Characters made up of just shapes assembled together in a vaguely human form, animated on textured and reflection mapped backgrounds with horrible bump maps for your eyes. This is a 1v1 fighting game featuring ladies that are fairly well endowed and gentlemen with very square fingers by the looks of it. An old fella. And this is a semi-naked lady, fogged out, so you can't see the boobies, which they also did in the second Dead or Alive intro, interestingly. Yes, so Tecmo are very boob-oriented, as you can see from the option mode here, where you've got an option to turn the bouncing breasts on or off. This is the Japanese version. I don't think this ever came out in the UK on the Saturn. It came out in the UK on the PlayStation. So there is a PlayStation version of this game, and it's converted from a Model 2 arcade machine. And it's, like I say, a one-on-one fighter, and it plays a bit like Virtua Fighter, except that you have a reverse attack button. So if you time it correctly, you can catch someone's arm or leg and deliver painful blows to their testicles. This game changes resolution between the screens and the actual gameplay. Therefore, my capture device and FrameMeister don't deal with it particularly well. So the beginning of fights is always cut off if I'm trying to play this on through HDMI. If you play it on just a normal CRT TV, there's absolutely no problems at all. It's just the syncing on the old upscaler doesn't like it. So you can see from the environment here, you've got an exploding background, and I've just fired Zack 3,000 feet into the air. An explosion that powerful would surely blow his arms and legs off, clean off his body, leaving him limbless. This is Lei Fang, and you can see her, even when she's lying face down, her boobs wobble up and down, which is really odd. I don't know why this is a thing, but anyway, essentially the game is a fast-paced Virtua Fighter style game with punches and kicks and combinations of punches and kicks delivering different moves, and Bayman here is a bit of a badass. Character models are pretty good, backgrounds are quite Virtua Fighter-y. PlayStation 1 has garage shading and light sourcing. Looks a bit less clean than this version. I believe the dudes who made this game, the perverts at Tecmo, prefer the Saturn version. I think I read that somewhere. But I think the PlayStation version looks a bit more 32-bit in some ways because of the light sourcing. But anyway, this is a 60 frames per second game on the Saturn. I don't know about the PlayStation, don't own it. And it's about 15 quid. So if you want to pick this up from your local importer, it'll cost you 15 English pounds, which, you know, isn't a huge amount, but it is an old-fashioned 3D fighting game, which doesn't run very well on an upscaling device, so this video is fairly short. Front cover's very Dead or Alive-y. That is boring, and there's no frills in the box, no extras. So, you know, this is what you get. It's a fairly fun game, it has to be said. Probably prefer it to Virtual Fight Kids, which is no great endorsement, to be fair. Got lightning in the background here. The background is lit incorrectly. We're at sort of dusk, and we've got dark mountains, and then that whole of that mountainside looks like it's daytime, which is a bit disconcerting and weird. Yeah, this isn't the best game in the series, obviously. You can see some glitching there on the old FrameMeister. How annoying. So yeah, I get attacked at the beginning of the rounds each time on this because I don't know what's going on, because I can't see the screen. Yeah, Dead or Alive 2 is probably the best game in the series, because you got the multi-tiered environments, haven't you? And that also was multi-format. So yeah, I think most of the Dead or Alive games are. You could get this on the Xbox as well, from what I remember. But I'm not sure if it's this exact game. There's something very similar to this. I had it back in the day. Anyway, 15 quid, fighting game, boobs. That's all you need to know. Alright, it's a wrap.
なんならもう一戦やってみるか。なぜだ。